So, where do we start?
After Hvar, of course, the challenges you have if you're entry, we were heading for Split. And it was a beautiful ferry ride from the island of Hvar over to Split. Get some beautiful footage coming on to the mainland of Split. Split it is.
And then we headed straight for the public hospital, which you may have seen some of the little skits that have gone out, but that was quite an experience. I was an accident emergency nurse back in the 80s in New Zealand, and honestly, this hospital didn't even match up to those days. However, I had an x-ray, there was no brakes, and then there was no help. There's no MRI, there's no physio, so out the door you go, which I did. So we made our way to a sports pharmacy who had a trusty
Another crutch and knee brace, ankle brace, etc., just to brace ourselves because we're in the middle of traveling and Princess literally on crutches limping away.
We did try a phone call to a couple of private specialists that Sarah had given us from that camp, but they weren't picking up.
Nobody answered. We tried even the day prior, etc.
Yeah.
You just can't reach them. Weird system, etc. So, well, okay. Then, of course, you were literally braced your knee and we were heading for a town in Split. And we went there, of course, a little bit slower because Princess literally limping along on her two crutches, etc. And we explored the town of Split. It is a beautiful place, I have to say. Nice to explore. Also sort of an old town, literally surrounded by walls, nicely situated. Stylish shops. It's you have to meander between the people, find our way through. As we go, done properly, and back to the Basilica and the Roman influence. So is Dubrovnik. You shouldn't do comparisons, but now if you compare it, look, there's Split is here, Dubrovnik is there. But it's a beautiful city. We enjoyed it. Nice footage, nice buildings, nice history. And after Split, we then thought, okay, while we're along the coastline, we know there's beautiful cities, but we've heard some interesting things about another city, town up the coastline, which is Zaton. Z-A-T-O-R, Zaton, also another ancient city. And as we went to Zaton, again, similar to Split. What's really unique about it, and I love that, it's actually a sea organ. That is quite amazing. So what they've put there as an attraction in town there, right at the ocean, a sea organ actually. So it actually works and makes its music with the waves coming in. It's really beautiful to take that in. I combined that also with a walk beforehand through town. Princess tried to join us.
cafe and coffee for me.
That was for her. I did the city tour.
Yay, we also got a yellow submarine. I think it's just a glass bottom boat, but that looks like a yellow submarine. Here on the coastline of Zadar, Croatia.
Very interesting. I said, loved it, enjoyed it. Spent probably only half a day there. Zaton there, Split there, Dubrovnik there. That gives an idea. If you're in the area, check it out. Nice to see.
And then from there, we went and found a camp.
That was heading inland, away from the mainstream tourism. So we were heading towards Krka National Park, known also for its waterfalls. So we were heading towards it, enjoying different landscape. It was getting really hot. Like we were getting close to like mid-high 30s already. It's like, whew, okay, get the aircon working in the car as well because the breeze is just not enough. And you, again, found an incredible, beautiful place. I have to say.
It's actually on the seashore. Even though we're winding our way inland, there's a whole lot of sea inlets in there. So we still ended up at sea.
Also beautiful via park for night yet again. So definitely if you're overland in Europe, you need to get the app Park for Night. It really got some great spots. And we got there. There was only one other couple, I think. They left then too. There were some locals there going for a swim. A nice bay. We enjoyed, we relaxed.
It was great. Oh, the next day we headed off for Krka National Park, and there were beautiful waterfalls, and we headed off there early from our experience at Štikada Lakes, and also because it couldn't walk very fast.
Indeed, so we had allowed the extra time, absolutely. We arrived there, found the ticket office, we were one of the first people. Of course, everybody has got the job, we needed to rest as much as possible, but that changed very shortly. Got the tickets, and the first part was a boat ride. Pretty nice. We sailed along the estuary
and arrived at our first spot where were actually a hell of a lot of stairs to climb up to the first lot of waterfalls. Negotiated them with my faithful
double crutches, actually in that instance. Everybody looked at me like, what is that crazy person doing there on crutches? Like, what's she on about?
So anyway, that was my limit. I stopped. Cafe, coffee, you carried on.
So Princess, actually, we found a nice restaurant there. We got a couple of places. Like you settle in, and I went off to explore. There's an old mill there, again, beautiful walkways, the water flows everywhere. Don't want to compare it? Yes, I do. Plivica, a smaller scale. Pretty, unique, great for children, but then you can access from the other end as well. So again, really, you want to make sure you're there first in the morning, and then also if you want to take some footage, like I have, which is beautiful as you bedded in amongst those waterfalls and the way the water flows. It's very exciting, and the wildlife, just with the ducks, the butterflies, the dragonflies, magnificent to just take the time and watch them near. And it's a little bit up and down, and enjoyed that to finally come back to catch up with my princess again.
And then back to the same camp, because there was no point in carrying on. It was a beautiful camp. When we got back there, we really had it to ourselves, so we could go swimming.
It's almost again our own private bay, magnificent, and explored also with a drone. The bay where actually boats are coming, because it's connected to the sea, and boats are coming there closer to get into the estuary to then visit from there the Krka National Park. This is beautiful Krka National Park. You take the boat, it comes meandering around town, walk along to the magnificent falls. Wow, what are these big ships and boats doing there? Really interesting to see. And the town, Zaton, a little village. It's actually a beach, not a town. Quirky, beautiful, nicely located on the water there.
And it looks as though it's got lots of cafes, but in actual fact, there was only one restaurant that you could eat at. The cafes were all to have coffee, alcohol, and cigarettes. So that wasn't kind of us. But we waited until it opened at 2:30.
It's like there's certain times, and there's just only one place where you can have some food, and it was with the cafes. It's very limited. Again, we actually had the umbrella out there because it was so hot. It literally in mid-high 30s. Whew, okay, we asked for some warm beef, definitely got it now.
But it's beautiful lunch, enjoyed that, and amazing that I can always practice some German, as most of these people have been in Germany.
And yeah, we packed up early the next day and headed on to another lake. We're heading towards this tour that we were.
4x4 tour in Bosnia-Herzegovina, something we're really looking forward to, getting excited. Immediately give ourselves a bit of a rest, so you found this beautiful location, Lake Štikada. Really peaceful, we found a great spot just for ourselves.
Relaxed, learnt to swim with crutches, did the washing in a bucket.
Here we go. We spent 2 nights as well, just magnificent. Took in again another amazing sunset and had a beautiful time going for swims and relax.
And then we meandered on to another camp, got our water and our food and our petrol and got all organised.
All the surprise because we ready to head off the next day and actually join the amazing 4x4 tour, which was like, I'm going to make sure we're on time, all ready to go and excited. Today
is Monday the 16th of June and we've taken off from Sisak. And we're heading off on a tour with Valentino and his Land Rover and 5 others. How are you feeling about it, Birha?
Bloody awesome, excited. Like-minded people is just a great vibe. Everybody's so unique, same spirit, enjoying the journey rather than the destination. I so look forward to it. A great bunch of people.
And I'm lucky there are 3 of us that are women, so feeling pretty good about that, but we'll keep you updated.
So all exciting and off we go. And one of the first stops within about an hour was a national park near the town of Krka.
A-R-A-T-A-C-K.
Krka.
First stop. Got some breakfast. Still got to be joined by one more truck.
Amazing. Really ancient historic buildings, unique because normally when you drive through the landscape of Croatia, this is different. Nice feel, unique buildings, and historical. Yes, very historic. It is the stork capital. The birds with the long legs, the ones that actually bring the babies, just in case you really try hard to get a baby, go to that area. So many storks, it ain't funny. Everywhere.
Actually, it's the only place that you'll see home birds in the whole of Krka Nation. They don't believe in it.
Sad. So I love that. Had a stop there as well, and then we continued towards the War Memorial. As part of the tour was as well touching base on the First or Second World War Memorial, where we then actually met another couple that joined us, so the last Adi that finally came there. It was nice with some homemade wine, and everybody's like, hello.
Which was great. And then things started to go just a little bit off. We were looking for a restaurant, I think, and our guide got completely lost. And then one of our guys, because we were all in convoy, one of our guys ended up with a mechanical breakdown.
Well, it was even prior to that. Strangely enough, I was just like, okay, where are we heading? And could tell that Valentino, our guide, seemed to be a little bit lost. Even then, I had a chat with him like, yeah. So he actually wasn't using my GPS, just Google Maps, to try to get us somewhere.
That's right.
And it was getting a bit confused. So I even then was leading. He was behind us and I was leading. And I noticed in the rear vision mirror, one of the cars, the 5th car behind, looked like he had broken down in an intersection. And I said to him, hey, I think something is wrong with you guys. No, drive on. Well, eventually he was missing. And then, yes, we turned around, drove back. And yes, he literally broke down with his car. In the middle of the road, he literally broke down, couldn't move the car in the middle of the intersection, of a T intersection. And our guide, he didn't take any action. So I actually stepped in. And so I was talking with the guy behind the car and tried to get the car off the road. We literally waved on the truck, but then pulled the car aside because we couldn't push it. I was doing some traffic management as well. It just felt a bit odd that our tour guide wasn't doing anything. Also didn't make any phone calls to try to help the guy who'd broken and just felt odd. He literally just sat down and had some drinks while trying to sort out the car, and the mechanic came on. The car was broken down. The mechanic has arrived. He's sitting here to my left. He's done a quick assessment. In the meantime, we're having some beers and see how we resolve the challenge. We got the cars out there, so it's the nearest the patrol which is broken down. Let's see what we can find out. This is the mechanic here.
Just having a little beer at the same time. So we probably spent 2-3 hours as of beer.
But we were in Bosnia by now, and the Bosnian people were really helpful. But we did miss out on lunch as well. They were having beers, but we missed out on lunch. So we eventually headed on and made our way to the next national park. And at 5 to 6, when the restaurant was just about to close, we all bowled in and said, can we please have dinner? And the restaurant was great. It stayed open for us before finally making our way
to the first sort of proper camp.
Yeah.
And some team members like, so where are we camping? Where are we going?
What are we doing?
The tour guide checks things out first. Where we think. So it felt a bit odd.
Well, we've come to the end of our first day on our tour. One of the guys that was on the tour, his car broke down early on in the piece. And what they do is they pull out the sake and the beer and wait for someone to turn up. The Bosnian people were really, really helpful in finding a tow and getting the poor man to the bank so he could pay for the tow and all that kind of stuff. But it held us up almost the entire day. We made it just to a little restaurant in this national park. And now we've settled down with a fair few mosquitoes for the evening. So I'll show you where we are. This is beside our camp. People have got their alcohol chilling in the freezing water. That doesn't. Round the corner here, which I can't quite lean to, is a little tent. And I have to say that the whole crowd, all the people, they're really lovely. It's going to be a really fun time.
Well, you had actually a beautiful camp, nice campfire, good time, a few drinks, enjoyed it. Up in the morning, did a 4-wheel driving, and we came up to sort of a mountaintop. Beautiful. So we lined up the cars. The weather wasn't 100%, but it was great. I said, hey, if we do that, line up the cars. And got the drone out as well. Enjoyed the view. That was really nice, and that nice off-roading spirit for like-minded people. Exciting, beautiful, all the different cars there as well. Very nice.
Then we headed down through the countryside, heading for a town with some historical buildings and a fortress there, and we were supposed to have lunch.
Oh my God, yes, right. When I said before, things the day before it felt a bit odd. They started getting from odd to a little bit weird. Like several times, actually, our guy didn't know where to go.
Day 2 of our tour, and we're already looking to be in a bit of a quandary. Our tour leader, Valentino, is taking us somewhere for the first time in his life, and we can't find the road to take. Interesting. This morning we woke up to light rain. It was cold up on those mountains, and the fire was still going. Hot coffee was great. And we traipsed on down to a restaurant and had a really good local breakfast, lunch, not sure what you call it. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of today pans up. Not quite used to a tour that's not quite sure where it's going. Really interesting. Update on that story. We are now in some large city here in Bosnia, and there are 3 restaurants with the same name as the one our guide was planning to take us to. Only trouble is, no one seems to know which one we're going to. So we have an address on our GPS, and we've been going round and round in circles. Update soon.
We finally, after February stress, found a restaurant. Nice place, enjoyed the food there as well, etc. And as we're sitting there, again, no idea from our guiding what we're going to do next. Okay, there's actually an ancient fortress there, and you could go for a little walk. He didn't tell us anything what's said to be done now, so we just took things in our own hands and started doing that. Anyway, eventually we meandered off in the car to the next stop, and it felt a bit strange as we were traveling along. So, hang on, wasn't there a viewpoint there we were supposed to actually go to? That happened a couple of times. Like, that's just strange. It feels a bit odd. We also then actually came to a town, picturesque town, beautiful river, there's a bridge, and
Those mills.
yeah, the mills. We're actually driving past there, and that was pretty. And then the town where we crossed the bridge, and it came to an abrupt halt because one of the vehicles with us as well was a Land Rover, but he couldn't fit through because there was a barrier there, so we all had to stop in the middle of the bridge and reverse back to get out.
That was embarrassing. So this is the car that can't fit through. There's an over thing across the end of the bridge, probably for tourists like us. If it can't get through, maybe we can't get through either. But anyway, we've got to find another damn bridge.
Actually, you're right. It started going from odd to weird to embarrassing. It's like, what's going on? Like, does our tour guide know what he's doing?
They eventually took us to a camp. We had all specified that we would like to wild camp. All of us had done that, especially a couple of young lads that were there. And we were herded into a camp that was €20 a night. What's going on?
Quite frankly, I started to get pissed off. Pissed off. Like, what the heck is going on? Enough is enough. I reached approached him and I just said, hey, what's going on? And he quite quickly got like, ooh, really at you. I said, hey man, just literally, Valentino, cool down, just chill, hey, just get some clarity. What's going on here? It's not just me, I'm actually talking on behalf of other people. Quite frankly, everybody got a bit shitty by then. Anyway, we end up then saying, okay, look, let's just cut it.
Made the most of it. We made a campfire, we got our dinner, we were all sitting down calmly, and Valentino arrived. And then things erupted. And I'm telling you that when Croatian is spoken loudly, it sounds quite aggressive. This didn't sound really good.
Okay, we literally want to work with the tour guide and make it happen. Let's just get sick and tired of not knowing where we're going. You have to keep on asking strangers to find the road, to find the track, can't find the restaurant. We're not stopping at viewpoints we're supposed to stop, etc.
Can you try again tomorrow? And can we stick by our itinerary? And let's have another go at this. But he went away, got our money, came back, threw an ass, and walked off. That was the end of the tour. So we all went, mouth dropped. What are we going to do?
We had plan B in place. All of us got together and said, we'll continue what we're doing. We're here to have some fun. And what we're going to do moving forward is...
Each person took a day each to organise, and we moved forward.
Ready to go.
Let's see what adventures we're in for tomorrow. It's not our turn, so we're going for the ride.
Let's see what's ahead of us. So in case you like this,
Please subscribe.
smash the like button, thumbs up, and of course,
It's never too late to get a tour right.
we have to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
We'd also love to thank our sponsors, including BainTech for our lithium battery and battery management system setup, Cooper tires that get us rolling through the toughest terrain, Kuluing Automotive for all the mechanical work on this vehicle, Cruisinator and Bonetti campers for the amazing fit out of our Crestor, Western Works for the Pioneer panels, and for our 4x4 recovery gear when the going gets tough by George 4x4.